Thank you. Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to thank all of you for being here. It's really hot outside, but we had no choice. It's August, and we have a campaign to win, and we're going to win this campaign. I want to thank Mr. Miramar for support, his recent endorsement, and for the introduction. I want to thank the members of my committee who have been by my side through all of this, all the ups and downs that we've been through. And most importantly, I want to thank my family, my wife Patricia, my 2 little girls who have gone through this from the beginning, who we try to make them understand why sometimes I cannot be home. I'm home late because I'm out knocking on doors or whatever. Thank you, Mia and Camila. Daddy loves you. I decided to have this press conference to officially relaunch my campaign for the runoff in November. This is a crucial campaign. We all know that it's time for a change. 8 months ago, I had a press conference. It was December 3rd, 2021. And I told everyone it was time for a change. 2 weeks after that press conference, Gilbert Otero retired. And he endorsed a 30-year-old attorney who had been at law school at that time less than 4 years. This is not a political appointment where you appoint a successor. My opponent has gone on and thanked Gilbert for choosing him to be his successor. There's no successors here, ladies and gentlemen. The ones who get to choose your next DA is the community, the public, the voters. It's not the sitting district who's been there 28 years. I'm still fighting for that change that I told you about at the beginning. They gave me a new opponent, but the fight is the same. Everything will continue the same. He's still part of the same political machine. I don't owe any favors to anyone but my community. People who are in charge of keeping our community safe have come out to support me. I have received tremendous amount of support from law enforcement because they know I am the change that we need. And when they found out I was running for office, I got calls from many of them independently telling them, we're going to support you. They had worked with me when I was a prosecutor. They know my integrity. They know what I can do. I have seen a district attorney's office that is out of balance. I have watched guilty people walk off like nothing. And I have seen people who are innocent get needlessly dragged in the system. I have watched victims go without justice because there's no closure. As a DA, you must make sure that there is no privilege in our justice system. And it starts with the DA. Fundamental fairness is important. It's something that we all must strive for. And that means everybody in our justice system is treated exactly the same. That's how you build public trust. I have been a criminal attorney for 14 years, and I have worked both as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney. I bring the balance that that office needs. I have been criticized for working both sides, and my response is simple. That perspective I bring of both sides is going to make me a much better district attorney. I know how both sides work. We need someone in the district attorney's office who understands and respects our criminal justice system, not somebody who only believes there's only one side. I have said all along that this position isn't only about knowledge, but it's also about wisdom. We need a DA with experience. Experience matters. Wisdom matters. Not only in law, but also in life. We need someone with life experience. I understand this community. I've been a part of this since I was a kid. I grew up here in the valley like many of you. Nothing has ever been handed to me on a silver platter. Like many people here in the valley, I've had to overcome obstacles, and I've had to work hard to get to where I'm at now. I have the wisdom of being a father of 2 girls, of being a husband, of being a son of elderly parents. I'm the youngest of 9 kids. For much of my life, my parents were elderly because I was the last one. I do not want to see the people in our community, the kids, the elderly, the people who are vulnerable, I do not want to see them suffer. And I will work hard to protect those people. My ties to this community are strong and cannot be doubted. My heart is in this community. I encourage members of the public to truly get to know your candidates. Don't just listen to what they're saying. I invite you to get to know me, but I also invite you to get to know my opponent. Talk to both of us. And don't only talk to both of us. Talk to people in the community. Talk to their neighbors where they grew up. Talk to the teachers where they went to school. Find out what they're doing now for their community and what they have been the last few years. If you have any questions, you can call me. Go with your gut feeling. Who is really going to be more transparent? Who is really this community? Again, I don't owe any favors to anyone but my community. My priority is going to be public safety. As your district attorney, I will promise you that I will be tough on crime, that I also will be fair because I'm a fair person. I'm going to focus on serious and repeat offenders. We will work hand in hand with law enforcement. 8 months ago, I told the public that one of my goals was to reestablish strong ties with law enforcement. Law enforcement wants to work with me. They want and recognize the need for change. In the last couple of weeks, I've gotten some new endorsements. One of them was Sheriff-elect Fred Miramontes. Thank you, Fred. Also last week, the Imperial County Deputy Sheriff's Association. And also last week, the Imperial County Police Chiefs and Sheriff Association. Thank you. We are going to work on decreasing recidivism, and we're going to work on crime prevention. I'm willing to work with those drug addicts who want and need help. It's important that they want their help, because if they don't want it, change. But if they want the help and they truly want to change, they're going to have a DA that's going to help them. I'm going to work and advocate for a mental health court to deal with our mental health population, to make sure they get treatment. I'm going to focus on our youth, on our future. I say this as I look at my kids. I grew up here as an average kid, about a mile from here, in the north side of El Centro, just down the street here. I saw many youth in our community go the wrong way in life, and it always bothered me. I had friends who I grew up with who went the wrong way in life. They took a wrong turn. I understand that. I was also a former juvenile prosecutor. I understand the problems with juveniles. I understand our gang problem that we have. I'm also an educator. I know how to talk to youth. I know how to inspire youth. I know how to teach youth. I'm going to advocate for programs for at-risk youth. I'm going to advocate for changing the juvenile system to make it a system that is more effective, to a system that resonates more with the victims and resonates more with the offenders so that they learn better. I have a history of outreach in our community. I have completed approximately or conducted more than 30 presentations to schools around the valley regarding the dangers of crime, the dangers of gangs. Many of these schools were in our most marginalized areas of Imperial County. I'm going to have a district attorney's office that's going to be proactive in community outreach. I'm going to be accessible, and we're going to have community liaisons to those segments of the population that need to be heard. We need to hear from all the community, not just some. My commitment is to my community, where I live with my family and my two girls. Help me to make this change by voting and getting involved in my campaign. Together, we'll keep our community safe for our families and our businesses. Let me work for you. We deserve change in our county, not the same thing. Vote for George Marquez. Vote for positive change. Remember to vote in October when you get your mail-in ballots. Now I'm going to say some words in Spanish. Muchas gracias por venir y por su tiempo. Hace 8 meses tuve una rueda de prensa y dije que iba a pelear por un cambio. Después de esa rueda de prensa, Gilbert Otero se retiró 2 semanas después y decidió respaldar a un abogado de 30 años que en ese tiempo tenía menos de 4 años de experiencia. Esto no es una posición donde se escoge un sucesor. Este es una campaña, una democracia. La gente es la que escoge el siguiente fiscal, no el Gilbert Otero que ha estado ahí casi 30 años. Yo no le debo favores a nadie de esta comunidad. Yo he visto en mi tiempo una oficina, una fiscalía que está fuera de balance. Yo he visto personas de un crimen que no les ha pasado nada y también personas inocentes que los han metido en el sistema. He visto víctimas de crimen no tener justicia porque no se terminan los casos. Conmigo de fiscal no va a haber privilegios. Va a haber igualdad. Vamos a luchar por la igualdad, porque la igualdad de todos es verdaderamente la justicia. A mí me han criticado porque yo tengo experiencia en ambos lados, de fiscal y también de abogado de defensa. Pero esa experiencia es muy importante para entender cómo funciona nuestro sistema de justicia. Esta posición no solamente es de conocimiento de las leyes, también es de sabiduría, de madurez. Yo entiendo esta comunidad porque yo crecí aquí en el valle como muchos de ustedes. Nunca me han dado nada a mí. Siempre he luchado por mis sueños. También tengo la sabiduría de ser padre de 2 hijas y de ser el más chico de 9 hijos que vio a mis padres en la tercera edad, cómo fueron decayendo. Yo desde niño he estado muy involucrado en esta comunidad. Mi corazón está aquí en el valle. Yo los invito a que me conozcan, pero también los invito a que conozcan a mi oponente. Y después de hablar con los dos, yo les digo con mucha confianza que van a saber quién es la persona indicada para ser el siguiente fiscal de Valle Imperial. Yo no le debo favores a nadie. Mi prioridad va a ser en cuidar nuestras familias, nuestros negocios. Yo voy a ser fuerte y firme contra el crimen, pero también voy a ser una persona muy justa. Me voy a enfocar en los crímenes más graves y en las personas que cometen crímenes seguidos. Y lo vamos a hacer juntos con la policía. Vamos a tener una relación muy fuerte que ya estoy trabajando en hacer. Los policías también reconocen que se necesita un cambio. Vamos a trabajar en reducir el crimen y prevenir el crimen. Yo estoy dispuesto a trabajar con personas que tienen adicciones de droga. Si ellos quieren la ayuda, le vamos a ayudar a dar la ayuda. También soy dispuesto a ayudar a las personas que tienen problemas de salud mental. Vamos también a enfocarnos en la juventud del futuro. Yo crecí aquí en el valle como cualquier otro niño. Yo vi muchos jóvenes que se desviaron en la vida. Fiscal de juveniles y ha sido profesor por los últimos 9 años. Yo sé cómo hablar a la juventud, sé cómo enseñarlos, sé cómo motivarlos. Durante mi carrera he dado muchas presentaciones a escuelas donde hay mucha delincuencia, aquí en el Valle Imperial, más de 30. Y muchas de mis presentaciones son en español y en inglés. Voy a ser un fiscal que soy accesible al público, porque yo quiero escuchar del público. Yo quiero trabajar por ustedes, la comunidad. Nosotros los mereceremos el cambio. Vote por George Márquez. Vote por un cambio positivo. Y recuerde que vote a principios de octubre. Gracias por su tiempo.